Alright, until she decides what colors she wants to make everything, there's nothing more I can do on the body and the neck. So let's take a look at the hardware that I have for this thing. We've already looked at these tuning machines a little bit, but I made a command decision and I turned them all around so that they are all pointing the same way, but I've got them pointing the opposite direction that they were, so that when I go to screw them in, the screws will be going into fresh wood. They won't be using the existing holes. As we notice, some of those holes don't line up, and others I'm not sure I trust them. So I'm going to start fresh. I turned them all around, and I'm probably, since these covers don't fit, I'm probably going to take all the covers off and just leave the hardware exposed and go for that look. So there's that. I have a bridge here. I don't know how good it is. I'm going to have my man look at it and tell me. I know these adjuster thingies are all over the place. They need to be completely redone. But I think the bridge and the saddles themselves are solid. If he says they're okay, I will go with it. Otherwise, I will get another one. So, and then there's the pickup. Ain't it purty? This is an EMG, what is it? 40 DC. And it was marked $90 at one of my local shops, and it was marked down to $60. And so I didn't even look up to see what its stats were or anything. I said, I'll take it. Especially when I saw that it also came with the controls, a jack, and everything else. But there is one thing that I didn't look at that I should have. This is an active pickup. That means it requires a 9-volt battery to operate. And there is nowhere on this thing to put a 9-volt battery. So what I'm going to have to do is find myself a router and probably carve out a pocket for a battery back here and then make a hole so that the wires can go through. That is going to get interesting, but I think this instrument will be worth it. But one of the things I like most about this, and one of the reasons I'm willing to do that, is this is set up to be a solderless operation. We got plugs. We have, if I can get it in the frame here, come on. Where the heck is the lens? There it is. We have plugs on the controls. We have plugs on whatever that is. I guess that routes all the juices where they need to go. So the only thing that would require solder is the jack. Why they couldn't do that as a plug, I don't know, but they didn't. And this jack presents a bit of a problem. And the reason it presents a problem is because, as I said, I do not want a front plug-in like this. I want it out here on the edge where it's out of the way. But this isn't long enough to reach anywhere. I would have to make a really big hole from the inside to get it out to where I could mount it. So I bought a long one. And you know what? It's too long. But what I will probably do is drill a hole up here for this, and then just kind of countersink it, sink it in a little bit so that it sits flush against the wood, in there and will stay straight. And then it should be fairly easy to plug into. And there should be enough thread for this nut to hold it in place. So I'm going to be doing some major modifications to this body between doing that and making a battery pocket on the back here. For that, I'm going to need a router, or at least some router bits. I have neither at the moment, so I gotta find some. And I have no idea how long that's going to take. So stay tuned.